He had his girlfriend there, Tracy Cortez, and then we had Mark Harley there, and then we had Brendan there. So there was 5 of us on the mics. Got a little confusing sometimes in talking. It is a lot. It was fun though. We had a good time. But there was one little thing that was brought up to me, and you're gonna give me because you've been in the cage, I believe. You've coached or not coached, but you've reffed Brian Ortega's fights, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Many.
So you've done many of them. We had a conversation, and I'm not disrespecting Brian at all. I think he's absolutely phenomenal. But we got into a conversation about him because Brendan brought it up as well because Brendan likes to stir the fucking pot. And that's what he does well. This conversation is that Khabib is a top guy, Brian's a bottom guy, and that he thinks that Khabib's game falls right into where he's strong.
Oh my God! No.
Speak on that.
Look,
I just want to hear. I want to hear something because I know I'm a homer, and I don't want people at home going, "You're a fucking homer." Dude, that's why you said this. And
hold on, I think there was a time back. I think Kenny Florian came up with a list of 3 that he thought could beat Khabib. If someone was going to beat him, these were the 3 guys that could do it. One being Justin Gaethje. We all saw what happened there. Yeah. The other being Ryan Hall. Okay, and I was like, you are absolutely out of your mind. Okay, Ryan Hall couldn't beat Sal Rogers, and Sal Rogers' ground and pound is half of what Khabib.
I don't even know if it's half.
Okay, and so the other guy was Brian Ortega, and I love Brian, and I've done a ton of Brian's fights, and Brian pulls off great submissions. He's got good stand-up. He's good everywhere, and he would end up underneath Khabib, and he would not be pulling off any of those submissions. It's not like, and this is where Khabib is good at submissions, and what he's really good at is submission defense. Yeah, he's not a guy that puts himself in a position. He'll stick his head somewhere, and guys will try to guillotine and stuff like that. The only guy that I ever saw come close was Dustin Poirier. All right, and that was a mistake on Khabib's, and he still didn't get it even when it was deep. And so, I love Brian. That would be a horrible fight for Brian. Yes, bottom guys, even Damian Maia underneath Khabib. On top, he might have a chance of submitting. Underneath, he's not going to submit him.
Yeah, see,
it's not
this
like
is the
Khabib
thing.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, this is the thing. People underestimate his bottom game because he's not there. But I can tell you right now, his bottom game, in terms of not submissions, because he doesn't really care about submissions, his bottom game, his sweep game, is fucking on point. He is so good at sweeps because his legs and his hips are so damn strong. His hook sweep,
dude, take a look at it. People don't really take a look at Khabib's body. I mean, first off, he's got big lats. He doesn't have, his waist is fair, but his hips go out. He's got a huge ass.
Yes, he does.
Just being honest, it's wide.
I'm glad you're checking that out.
Well, you got to see him. There's booty there. You got to look. But
you got to see what you're working with.
Dude, he's super strong in his hip, ass, and thigh region. He's got a lot of strength. That's where he gets a lot of his takedowns from, is the way he drives through and is able to turn corners on things. I'm just being. I love Brian. Yeah, I've done a ton of his fights. I've known Brian since before he was fighting. I knew when he was just a jiu-jitsu guy, and that is not a fight for Brian.
Well, anyways, I bet Brendan $1,000 Khabib beats him in a grappling match as well as a fight. I was like, Brendan. Brendan's like, oh, he's like only $1,000. Like, whatever, 5. Like, who cares? Yeah. Like, it's nothing against Brian at all. I just look at it stylistically. I get it. You're good on the ground. I think he's phenomenal. We just talked about him recently, about him being the guy that gives AJ McKee and all the other featherweights the hardest time because he is so well rounded. He's good on the ground. He's got great chin.
And he's got tough as hell.
Good boxing. He's tough as hell. When I talk about dogs, I talk about him. Okay, he's that guy. But we saw what happened when Max Holloway went up and fought Dustin Poirier for the interim title, and it didn't go well. Okay, look what Khabib did to Dustin. I know styles make matchups. So I get that part, but it was very controlled. And when you listen to some or read some of the interviews that Dustin did, I've never faced anyone like that. I've never faced somebody like Khabib, the control, the takedown, the strip, this strength.
That
it's not strength.
Could not get anywhere close to getting him off of me.
Yep. And that's when people talk to me about like his abilities. I'm like, you guys don't understand. He's not on bottom, but his sweep game is fucking one of the best. The same thing with Islam. They're very similar. They have a great X guard sweep to get back to the feet. They've got a great what's it called? Hook sweep that gets them back on top. They're good in all those areas. You don't think they have, like, Khabib's got over 250 sambo fights. You don't think that he hasn't been working submissions since he was a damn kid? Leg locks, ankle locks, knee bars, all of that shit, arm bars. They've been doing this shit forever. 250 amateur fights. John, like, if Cyril Gahn's got 10 fights. He's got 10 fights. Khabib's got 250
he's got 30, He's got 13 Muay Thai fights, too. Come on.
Okay, but he doesn't have 250 sambo fights.
Oh, my
and
God.
And then with Khabib, he's got 250 sambo fights, and then he's also got, he's what, 29-0. You can't talk about, and that's the thing, like, I was getting, like, kind of, not heated, but I was like, gosh, I wish you guys knew.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Again, you don't know what you don't know until you know.
Yeah. And I love Brian, man. I think he's got a great chance of beating Volkanovski, and
So
I'd love to see him get it done. I'd love to see him get it done. And I feel bad because I feel like every time we talk about Volk, it's always about him losing. Okay, and he hasn't lost. You know, it's like he keeps winning. And so I just, but man, I love Brian. He was great to hang out with last night and talk with and stuff.
Brian's got, what, like 7 weeks before that fight? Something like that?
Yeah,
Six,
I
7
think
weeks?
it's the 25th, September 25th. Yeah, so I think there's 7 weeks. This is the close of 8 weeks, so I think he's coming up on 7 weeks now.
All right.
Yep.
Uriah Faber talking to UFC about Sandown, interested in the return fight.
Stop.
Yes.
Just stop. Look, I love Uriah. You had a fantastic career as a fighter. You've been incredible in helping other fighters move up the ranks, get to places where they want to be, helping them getting to the big organizations. You've been a great trainer for guys. You've been a person that has helped them in the entire process of understanding the game, learning what to do, learning the techniques, learning how to handle your finances too.
No.
Love you, Uriah. Stop. You got a family now. There's no reason to fight anymore. What are you fighting for? What if you were going to say, I'm coming here because you know what, I can beat champ. Okay, if that's the truth. You think you get there? Great, do it. You know, it's like Jose Aldo. I think there's a possibility he could be the bantamweight champion. He could have that kind of fight.
Yeah.
He could pull that kind of fight off. Uriah can't. Okay? Uriah can't beat, you know, let's be honest, the people in the top, 10. How many is he going to be able to beat?
Yeah, pull up the top
Let's
10
see.
there.
Okay, so he's not going to beat Aljamain. He's not going to beat Peter. He's not going to beat TJ. He's not going to beat Corey. He won't beat Rob. We talked about Aldo. Cody's going to 125, so I don't even know why that's there. Marlon Moraes, Frankie Edgar. He's not beating Frankie. Pedro Munoz. He's not beating Pedro. He's already proved he can't beat Dominic Cruz. He's not going to beat Marab. There's just no one. Why? Yeah. Why do it? You know, it's just not worth it. I love him. I don't want to berate him in any fashion. It's his choice. There's just no need for it.
John whipped out the dictionary today. Parade. I don't even know what the other word was. It was too long for me to remember it. But yeah, he's just whipping it out today. I agree. Like he's got successful businesses as well, from what I understand. Yes. I think he does business construction with his dad.
It's
and
the drug.
He does other stuff. Yeah, he's got plenty of houses that he rents. Like, why are you doing it, man?
Dude, he owns half of Sacramento.
I don't want to see it. As much as I enjoy his walkout and his California love music, I love all that stuff. I love all of that, but he's got a beautiful family. I don't know if you've seen his kids.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like straight out of like a fucking
they
kids
look just
Baby
like
Gap
the mom.
commercial. Yeah,
they look just like the mom. Thank God
for Uriah.
Sorry, Uriah.
No, it's great, man. But beautiful family, just a beautiful family. So I would love to see him stay retired. You know, he's doing a great job. Like he worked the corner last night for a song. I don't know. Song. Yeah. Dong song. Yeah. But yeah. So Little Dong song or Big
Dong song.
TJ got me confused last night. He's like, I call him Big Dong song or something like that. I was like, okay. And I said, TJ, I go, what? Is there something inside jokes you're not telling me? What's going on?
We'll bring that up when we start talking about Gegard Mousasi.
Oh, jeez, man. Yeah, fucking big dick energy.
Big dick energy, baby.
I love it. Oh man. Yeah, I just don't want to see it. I mean, even if it is, I'd love